everybody. Hello. Welcome to the Demon Plague. I am James Chicasso, your dungeon master. I go by he, him, and I am always prepared, ready for anything, especially today's game. So I'm super excited to see how things are going to go. But before we get into that, let's go around the table, meet our players, tell me who you are and who you are playing. And let us start with you, Rudy Basso.
Hi, my name is Rudy Basso. I'm playing Rain Bowie, a human monk. I also go by he, him. I am 16. I am level 16. We are all level 16.
Yay!
And I'm boring, so I just took a stat increase to make my Stunning Strike DC more difficult, because that's what I do. Stunning Strike. Broken? Maybe. Lauren's shaking her head, but I'm nodding my head. I think that is... But hey, it's not my problem. James, it's your problem. Zancrown, it's your problem. All right. Cool.
I mean, I've got unlimited monsters, so you know what I mean?
Yeah. But we only have to kill
but
one.
only 2 hours at a time.
That's true. That's true. TK, who are you and who are you playing?
It's me. It's TK. And I go by they, them, and I'm playing Isabel Halfback, a half-orc battle master. Also now level 16, so I took Tough, which gives me twice my level to cap off my maximum hit points. So I am now a +5 initiative, AC 23, 164 hit point fighter.
Ouch.
Wow. Holy moly. Holy moly.
Who does damage even when I miss.
But are your hands clean? That's the real question.
Oh, don't be like that.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
They're so disgusting. Covered in the blood of my enemies.
Yes.
Blood.
And Robert, who are you and who are you playing?
Hey, I am Robert Ducci. I am playing Torsten Alehand. Both he and myself go by he, him. And I took a level in Cleric so I could get some more heals, because I thought we were going to need them, and so that I could get another channel divinity so I can do another turn undead, because I thought we would need that as well.
Yes, very true, very true. So so that is Torsten, and finally Lauren, who are you and who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm playing Rock Sierra Coca Rogue. We are both she, her, and Rock. I had to think about this for a while, and what I ended up going with was a feat. She took Dungeon Delver, which is kind of appropriate considering where they are. And so what that gives her is advantage on perception and investigation checks made to detect the presence of secret doors, which she already had, and saving throws made to avoid or resist traps. You have resistance to the damage dealt by traps, and traveling at a fast pace doesn't impose the normal penalty to your perception checks. So she is now... it doesn't actually help as much as you think, just because she already had all those extra bonuses to her perception. But basically, she's like keyed into trap stuff. She's like, I need to keep everybody safe, and this place is gonna be full of traps. So I took something that's actually more RP focused, and there you go. I'm now looking for all traps at all times.
Excellent.
She can kind of like focus her claustrophobia into making sure that there's no traps.
Right.
There was a little bit of that too, like, if I just pay attention to what's in front of me, then maybe I'm not going to freak out. So
There you go. Perfect. Well, as we get started here, I want to remind the audience that above my head, we have bit donation values for things like health potions, automatic successes, or failures. Thank you, Josh Long, for me. And also, there's still time to get an NPC named after you if you are interested in that. So that is something that we are looking at as we get into our recap of what happened last time on the Demon Plague, when you entered the Demon Plague dungeon and you met Eligri the Erinyes, who was representing the Racion human empire. And she said that you could have her key to Zancrown's cell in exchange for securing the new faction to an alliance that she had established 1,000 years ago when she first arrived. That alliance is basically a sort of Cold War agreement where everyone is in the dungeon, all of the various factions are agreeing not to attack each other and work together. So she thinks that bringing the new faction on will help her. You agreed to do this, but you wanted to go check out some of the other factions first. So in fact, you went to go talk with Legba, who is a vampire mage of the Goblinoid faction that is in there in the Demonplague dungeon. While you were on your way to do this, Rain could not resist the call of a secret door and opened up that secret door. And in that secret door, there was a coffin that opened and a figure came out. And you all saw this figure as a dead version of yourselves. Didn't seem to really affect anybody, but Isabel, boy, your hands sure are dirty now.
It's real cool, Rain.
There was probably treasure in there, and it disappeared when we went in. That's how these things usually work. So it was worth checking out. That's just what I'm saying.
And then destroying, and then completely demolishing.
Oh yeah, I absolutely wrecked that. I was looking for the treasure. That's the thing. It disappeared.
The coffin was indeed destroyed, like it was a pizza on Double Dare. So that happened, and then you all made your way finally to the Goblinoid section of the Demonplague dungeon, and there you were greeted in a room covered in dirt by a bunch of vampires that had crawled up from the dirt and looked like they are ready to attack you. There are also, in the four corners of this room, there are skulls on sticks as well. And there is a door across the hall from the door where you entered. And that is where we had left things. And now I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Hey.
An initiative fun, everybody.
Hey, we wish to meet with Legba. We're here on a diplomatic mission. We don't want to fight anyone.
Cool. We will resolve it on your turn, Rain.
Bushson got 15.
Rock got a 13.
Grabbed all my dice, but then I put my d20s at the bottom. Ah, jeez. 14.
These are double digits. These are all double digits. It's not bad.
As well.
These are the very closely clumped double digits.
We all just kind of like wearily look at each other and then square up like the end of Mortal Kombat. Just like, so tired. I just want.
Okay.
Please.
And so, Rain, you had spoken, right?
I did.
So go ahead, pre-roll a persuasion check for me.
I shall.
Mm-hmm.
My 0 modifier. I rolled a natural 20.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, natural 20. Well, that's perfect because whenever someone rolls a natural 20, we give away a free PDF on the show, and you can enter to win. And what should you enter if you want to win a free PDF, Rudy? Into the chat.
Exclamation point, Mayday, Happy May.
Exclamation point, Mayday, as Justin Timberlake told us all once.
As the day in May, not as, oh my God, my plane's going down, Mayday, Mayday. So,
Right. Exactly. It's going to be May, and now it is. So there you go.
I would like to point out in the last minute, there's been a Double Dash reference. There has been a Mortal Kombat the movie reference, and now yeah.
Mayday reference.
Well, serious. Like, I really want pizza. Can we put
this whole thing is amazing.
Do these goblinoids have pizza?
That's right.
With the 20 persuasion check, they'll go make some.
Please.
So we'll hold on to this initiative for the next time we need to do it because now, Rain, when you say that you are there to see Legba, you see the vampires sort of slacken in their stance, and one of them steps forward and says, well, why didn't you say so? And says, come on, and starts leading you towards the opposite door.
It's that simple.
Yeah. You just got to say what you want. Just got to be real about it.
I give the rest of my party a smug side eye. I did
Yeah.
this. I did
Rock
this.
gives you an enthusiastic thumbs up. Like, yes, you did. That was great.
And so as that happens, the other vampires begin crawling back down into the dirt. But the one vampire who is leading you, he leads you through the door and takes you into another room. This room, aside from the door that you came in, has two visible doors. And Rock, you immediately pick up the outline of a secret door in this room.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can see there is an enormous bugbear that is made of ice in this hall, and that bugbear is sparring with 10 ghouls that are hobgoblins. And you can see they're sparring when they come when the door opens, they look up and stop. They see that the vampire spawn is leading you. He waves and says, "It's all good, guys. It's all good." And they go back to sparring and ignore you.
How's the sparring look? I've sparred in my day. How's it looking? These guys, they seem to know what they're doing, or do I need to go over show them a thing or two?
So I would say the giant bugbear that is made of ice, she looks way more formidable than these 10 ghouls that are attacking her. And she is making quick work of them.
Okay, I want to make
and
eye
you
contact.
can
to
actually
give,
see, even though she's focused on the battle rain, you feel her eyes looking all of you up and down.
I'm gonna give
Like
her
checking you out, sizing you up.
give her a nod from one person who punches things well to another.
She gives you a grin as she hits a ghoul trying to fly over her shoulder that she doesn't even look at. She gives you a big grin.
I made a friend, guys. More smug side eye from Rainbowy.
This can we roll to see whether or not this is a love connection?
Hey,
it doesn't seem like it's a love connection.
Oh.
Okay.
Rock
Not
probably
yet.
can tell that right away.
I mean-
Isabel,
Isabel like
Um,
looks at Rock like, eh?
Isabel, you look at Rock, and then you notice some of the dirt from the other room has somehow managed to get onto your hands, probably kicked up by the
Oh.
vampires.
Oh, I hate it. No. Oh, I don't love it. Yeah, I kind of like, as a guise of like sheathing my axe, I also pull out a handkerchief and like behind my shield, just like rub my hands on my handkerchief behind my shield.
Do I notice that, especially considering we were just making eyes at each other?
You mean, can you see through my shield? Yes, you can with your 30 perceptions.
I figured I'd just ask. I don't want to.
I would say yes, you probably can. Isabel has never been a stealthy person, and she's wearing plate mail, so.
Yeah, I would say, Rock, you don't see her rubbing her hands, but based on the way her shoulders are moving, you know exactly what's going on.
Are you okay? Did you get hurt?
I have blood in my cuticles.
Well, and you're gonna do it behind your back, won't you? I mean, don't you?
No. I have my shield strapped at all times. So.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. Just rub some dirt on it. That'll clean that out real fast.
Right up.
I
Isabel
grab a
looks
scoop full of dirt.
visibly
and,
uncomfortable.
I'm like, hey, just hold your hands out. I'll throw it on them. It'll be easy.
That's disgusting.
All right. It's an old
We'll
hermit
find you
trick.
some hand sanitizer later. It'll be, but
Yeah. Realistically, like Isabel thinking that something Rain has done is disgusting is probably not out of character either. Probably like, oh, don't touch me.
Oh, okay, let me know if it's okay. And she'll just kind of file this information away for a second.
Yeah. I imagine Isabel gets her nails done every time she goes into town.
Be careful with your French tips. They will get like,
They're all chipped.
oh, that's so bad.
It's okay. I got the gelatin lacquer, so you get the UV machine to harden it.
Yeah, but then we got to get back outside, and that's gonna take a while. So you're just
What
gonna.
do you call? You don't call them French tips in the Forgotten Realms. You probably call them like Kalimshan tips.
Yeah.
Waterhavian lacquer.
Yeah, Waterdavian lacquer. Sorry.
So, as you make your way through this room, you're brought to the next room, which is so you exit out one of the into one of the visible doors, and in this room you can see there's a roaring fireplace, and there are glowing symbols drawn in blood all over the walls that are glowing red. Next to the fireplace, you can see there are 2 bugbears in black plate armor. They have black bat wings furled closed behind them. And they look up as if they are sort of in a meditation. And they look up when you come in. They see the vampire you're with and close their eyes again.
These guys made of ice too, or are they made of normal bugbear?
So they look like normal bugbears with these giant wings. You can tell, though, when they open their eyes are cloudy and milky, almost as if they're obscured by this inner fog that they have in their eyes. Yeah.
And are there any exits to this room that we're being led to?
Yes, there are. So there are 2 visible exits here. Rock, you detect no secret doors. And they take you through one of the exits. So that's 3 exits altogether, including the one you came through. They take you through another one. This room has 4 exits, the one you came in, and 3 others that you notice. In addition to that, you can see this is a very large room where a hobgoblin woman of astounding beauty is lounging on a bed of cushions while 8 undead bugbears with huge morning stars on their backs are tending to her every need. So she is currently being fanned. She is sipping a deep red substance out of a gold goblet that a bugbear is standing by with a pitcher and refills. And she looks at you and licks her lips as you all enter.
Then it's blood, right?
It's
She
blood,
is
yeah.
drinking
It's like
blood.
blood.
It's in the blood, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, you all have experience enough with blood. You can tell that is exactly what she is drinking. Although, Rock, you can smell like maybe there's a little wine mixed in with that blood.
Oh, an aristocrat.
It's not totally blood. You're getting like a faint alcohol smell as well.
Can you imagine how like warm this wine must be now?
Is the Rary's telepathic bond still up at this point?
It lasts for an hour, so I don't know how long we
yeah.
get down here.
Yeah, we can say it probably is. It's close to ending soon.
Okay, so in your head, you hear Rock ask, so is that how vampires get drunk? Is they drink blood of people who are drunk? Or do you think they just like mix it? Is like a mixer?
I thought it was the first one. You drink blood from a drunk person, then you're drunk. But maybe
right.
you can drink alcohol with blood. I don't know.
Honestly, I've never really thought about it.
Yeah, never thought about it.
Me neither until just now. And now I will think about it more than I really should.
Can they process alcohol the same way that people with working digestive systems
Yeah, is
do?
she gonna get sick later? Is this
Apparently
just
they
like
can.
a power move? To
I've
show
never
off
really
how
thought
cool
about
she
like
is?
how an undead endocrine system has to work.
Me neither, but now I'm going to think about it way more than I should.
We should think about this conversation that's coming up instead of this, because I don't want to also be thinking about this, please.
You are all having this conversation, and you notice the goblin who has led you all in is standing up from a bough and walking by you and walking towards the door as if he has already introduced you and is now leaving.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to bow and follow.
Him out?
You're gonna.
Well, yeah, because he's... Well, what did he say? Well, wait a
no.
second. Just because we were talking in our head doesn't mean that we can't hear what he was saying. I don't think like it's a... we don't turn
Yeah,
our
but
ears
I don't
off.
think that we were paying attention either.
I was paying attention to everything.
Oh,
Rock.
were you, Rock? How about that automatic fail from Josh?
You're welcome, everybody.
I love that Lauren like decided 2 levels in that she was like, I'm gonna bite the bullet and make an absurdly awesome character so James has no choice but to fail me.
All for comedy purposes.
I'll do that for you guys.
I've done that for all of you. Yes. All right. Well, then she's just like, oh, okay, and she bows and she follows.
And he turns around and like starts waving you and shaking his head. And he says, "No, you can't leave until Legba dismisses you."
Can I read the room?
Yeah.
Or am I gonna autofill that?
Does
too?
she look
My insight?
bored? Does she look like annoyed? What's her facial expression?
I will tell you in a second. What'd you get?
I got a 6.
Okay, so the obvious expression on her face is bemused.
Gotcha. Good.
This is very entertaining to her.
Give me just 1 second while I look up what bemused means.
Yes.
I'm a
Explain
professional.
it. Explain it for all the viewers and listeners.
Puzzled,
It means
confused, or
amused.
bewildered.
There you go.
Ah. I
Although,
thought it
like,
was.
She's probably like, what the fuck?
It
Oh,
usually has
yes.
a friendly overtone. So like,
That's
you
what
know,
I thought too. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
like when you
Yeah,
watch a puppy
sly
fall
grin.
over, but the puppy's
Oh.
okay, and you're like, oh, that's cute and kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's
Or like
like-
when a kid gives you like a half-eaten macaroni necklace because they don't understand that you can't eat like uncooked macaroni. Though you can physically do that. You just
Right.
Pretty much.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's not going to, most people won't enjoy that, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Torsten will
So-
bow a bit.
Yes. Bow. As well.
I did. I already bowed.
All of us. I'm bowing as well.
I bowed.
Uh, I will actually bow this time because vampires are kind of ooky.
Okay. So you all bow, and she says, I'm Legba. It's charming to meet you. And she gets up off of her cushions, and the bugbears help her to her feet. And she walks over to all of you, and you can see that though she has this hobgoblin skin, it is paler than the typical hobgoblins you have seen in the Luna Valley, almost as if there is no blood flowing underneath her skin.
Hmm.
And she just moves forward towards you all with her arms outstretched, sort of like a welcome to my place. And she stops before you and she says, can I get you something to drink?
Oh no, I think we brought our own. But thank you.
Thank you.
And she says, have it your way. And she sips her goblet and she says, now, what is it I can do for all of you?
And Rock will just stare at Torsten because
Dear.
Torsten
can-
started the conversation with the first people, and so now she's going to expect you to talk to all of the leaders.
So you can see Torsten, he's obviously, normally he's kind of like willing to talk to people, but he does not seem, he seems very, not necessarily annoyed, but just like he doesn't want to talk to you. Like you can see the apprehension sort of in his face. But as you look at him, he will say, we are here to complete something that we must do. We've spoken with, who did we speak with? That no, we Eligri,
Eligri. Yes.
and now we come to you. We need your key.
Her eyebrows go up. What do you need my key for? You're here to freeze Crown?
On the contrary, we're here to kill him.
Her eyebrows go up further.
That's very impressive. How do you do that?
Well, it's years of incredulous muscle control, I would say.
It's very nice.
She looks you all up and down and says, you're serious?
Very.
Yes.
And what makes you think you can defeat Zancrown and won't unleash him on the world, as it were?
Because we're awesome.
We have
That's
the power of
their
the gods
answer,
with
right?
us.
Okay, yeah, that sounds cool. The power of the gods is on our side.
Mhm.
And awesomeness.
And awesomeness.
She nods and she looks at all of you and she says, so tell me, what is your plan for killing Zancrown?
Well, I got this awesome bow. I'm going to stick him with the pointy bits of the arrows. A lot.
Mm-hmm.
We,
That's it?
We will formulate the plan as it happens.
Hmm.
There is little known about about the dungeon. Once we have all the keys, we can use magic to find out more.
Yeah, we're relying on a reactionary strategy. Let him take the first move, and then we'll improvise accordingly.
Oh, if you let Zancrown take the first move, you'll already be dead.
He already kind of took the first move. There's like plague and things. That's why we're here.
Not dead,
I see.
I might add. Not that there's anything wrong with being dead, I say nervously.
Yeah, she gives you a little glare, and then you say that. Her look kind of softens a little bit. So, you don't really have a plan. You just want me to give you my key and trust that everything will be fine because you're awesome and have a bow?
We're happy to prove our awesomeness. Now, the bow thing is already proven. I gestured towards Rock.
She says, yes, perhaps you can prove your awesomeness. I'm afraid, though, that you've already made a deal with Eligre. Tell me, what is it Eligre wanted you to do?
All right, let's go back in time a second. Who are the goblins friends with? They're friends with the humans.
They're friends
right?
with
They're
Eligre.
friends with the humans.
Well,
Yeah.
they're friends on paper with Eligre,
Yeah.
but we don't know that they're friends. Wait, can vampires read minds?
Probably.
That's Isabel asking in the psychic talk.
Sometimes they can charm
You
people.
could make a religion check.
I was also psychic talking. Yeah,
Are
the
you
vampires.
are you asking me to fail a religion check? I
They
will
can charm
gladly
people
do
that
that.
read minds, usually.
Because the humans. Yeah, sorry.
A 19.
So
Yeah, because she's a vampire mage, so
right, she is a vampire mage. So can she read minds? You would know that vampires, that's not an ability that vampires necessarily have. But
Okay.
mages,
And hobgoblins.
as you know from Torsten, can occasionally detect thoughts.
So the reason we came to the goblins before we went to the new people,
I don't remember that reason either.
Well, it was because it was to present a stronger front, and we thought the goblins, because they're already friends with the humans, it could be like, then we go to the new faction and be like, hey, the humans and the goblins already have done this thing, join us,
Right.
and then we'll deal with the dwarves and the elves
Mhm.
later. So it was like helping present a united front, and also because they're friends.
And
Right.
they're not only just friends. The humans like went on a limb to help defend the goblins when everyone else wanted to kill them. Right? Is that
That's
right?
what we
Yeah.
were told.
That was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So, we did speak with Eligre, your ally, and she set up a situation that we're going to pursue, which is another alliance with the current era. Do they have a nickname for them? I forget.
We just
They
call
did.
them the new faction.
New faction. Okay, that's not great, but the new faction.
Well, hopefully when we kill Zancron, they'll be the last new faction, right?
Oh,
So they-
last faction sounds good. I like that.
yeah, that's kind of epic.
final faction.
Final faction. Love the alliteration.
Yeah,
This
you're
is-
welcome.
And the time it's going to take us to kill Zancron is like the final countdown.
I'll be sure to play 15-second intervals of that so we don't get sued when we get to that.
So she says, interesting, very interesting. Well, I too have a proposal for you. You want my key? I need something from you.
Seems
And now-
fair.
I want you to hear me out because there's no reason you can't get Eligre's key and do my proposal at the same time. Okay?
Okay.
Do we have an agreement that you'll hear me out?
We're talking to you. Yes, we'll hear you out.
Although this
Torsten-
is not setting it up very well. You're making me nervous. But just go ahead, spit it out. We'll complain later.
Torsten hates undead, right? Because you're a cleric of Eldath. So
Yeah, I'm not a
okay,
fan.
That's why you're.
Because he's a cleric.
Yeah.
And she says, what I would like from you is the murder of Eligre.
Oh.
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. See, hungry creatures here, vampires, ghouls. We need more than what we've been given. This stalemate has left us bored, frankly. What I would love for you to do is destroy Eligri, who, as we all know, is a devil, a creature of evil. And then you make it look like it was the dwarf faction who did it. Gives us an excuse to go to war. All of the other factions team up with us, and we wipe out the dwarves who are really our true enemies. But this gives us a chance of beating them.
But aren't we all
Create
trying to?
sympathy for us. For
Your
us.
petty squabbles don't matter here. When we're done, you will be free, and Zancrown will be dead, and you can go on your own way and do what you'd like.
Yeah, you won't be trapped here anymore and being bored once we kill Zencrown. So, why should we spend all this time like fighting stuff when we can just go kill Zencrown and then you can not be bored?
There's something I want more than freedom, bird lady. And that's revenge.
But they helped you when the dwarves wanted to kill you.
Yes, but I want revenge on the dwarves.
Oh.
I'm
I
actually
can't do
very
it without a strong vote for sympathy on my cause, on my part.
Why do you need permission to go to war with the dwarves? Or like a reason?
well because Eligri would join the dwarves, right?
Which?
If we break the truce, exactly.
Okay.
That's why I need you to be the ones to make it look like the dwarves.
But
did.
wouldn't Eligri's replacement? Oh, we didn't do the dwarves.
Hey, I have a stupid question. Why don't we just go kill dwarves?
Why don't we go kill the dwarves?
Yeah,
Doesn't sound like
we already made a deal with
good.
Eligri. We shouldn't break that deal. If dwarves are bad people,
Yeah, what if we do that? What if we kill the leader of the dwarves instead? Is that a good alternative?
She thinks about it, and then she says, if you wipe out all of the dwarves.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. Like, either we're going to kill them and get the key, and then we kill Zencrown and everything's fine, or we kill people and they come back, right? No one ever actually ever dies. So
Yes, that is correct. So it wouldn't really, if you killed Eligri, it would be fine, right?
well,
Oh.
no, would not be
Really
fine. We made a promise to her, and that's we don't
Yes.
do that kind of shit.
You promised not to kill her? Was that part of the deal?
It was not part of the deal. How
Isabel defaults to passive aggression in all situations where she can't read the other person, and as much as she's not liking Legba, she's actually kind of liking Legba. Oh, you promised to kill her.
How long does it take for them to come back to life?
A month.
Month,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Eligri will come back and be like, "It wasn't the dwarves. It was the guys who died trying to kill Zancrown."
Yeah.
Yes. Well, if that's the case, we're going to have a lot bigger problems, won't we? If you don't kill Zancrown.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll have to fight Samcrown without Eligri
Yeah, well.
Oh.
and
she's
without
not
the
much of a
dwarves.
fighter, that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're trying to unite everybody to go after Zencrown, and if if all of you are fighting here, then that seems dumb.
So what you're saying is you want to fight me, then? Is that
No,
it,
we want
Bird
you
Lady?
to come
Oh.
with us to fight Zencrown.
I won't do that.
Why?
Why?
Because he's very powerful.
Yeah.
But if it's going to happen regardless, then why won't you help fight him?
Yeah, you said you're bored.
Oh, you will just get my key. You need 5 others to do this.
If we get all 5 the keys, will you help us fight Zancrown?
No.
Why not?
Why?
Because that is not my role here.
And your role is to fight dwarves?
Well, they started it.
What?
And
What
she
is-
grins at you.
Actually,
What is your
Zencrown started it
role?
all.
Then
My role is to stop people from getting Zancrown out.
So isn't helping kill him the ultimate way to stop him?
I suppose it is, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to kill people like you,
How do
frankly.
you plan to hold us to our promise to kill Eligri?
You won't get my key until you do.
Or we go back to Eligre and tell her that you're plotting to have her killed, and then we and her kill you and take the key.
Sure, but how would you prove that?
The same way that's everything happens is people tell people and then there's war. It's no one looks for proof, they look for excuses.
I mean, we got in here.
You don't know Eligre well enough. She would want definitive proof. We've been allies for 1,000 years. You're newcomers. Why does
Right.
she, what would she do to believe you?
All right, brain talk. Let's just say yes and leave and figure it out later.
I agree. And Eligre can already look in our brains, so she'd know it's true.
She'd know what's true.
Nothing.
Yeah, I agree. Let's just say yes.
Okay, deal.
Rock
Make
will say
a-
nothing.
Deception check. Rain.
I will. I
Thor
will
took this for
give
me.
Rain. No, I will give Rain my my divination. So you get a 16. My port.
Okay.
I would like to spend the last few minutes of our conversation knowing my enemy.
Okay.
I have no modifier, so it'll just be 16.
16. Okay. I also have no modifier and rolled a 16.
Ooh.
Well, goes to PCs. Right?
There's just been staring competition for like 5 minutes.
Staring contest. You, me. So yes, Isabel, knowing your enemy. So you know that her strength is 18. Her dex is 18 and her con is 18.
Those are good stats.
You also know she has 144 hit points.
Oh, that's not much at all.
She has an armor class of 16.
Oh, mage, right.
And that is all you know. She does not have any levels of fighter.
I wrote AC before I wrote HP on my little list for it. And so when you said 144, I was like, AC? I was freaking out.
Also, she doesn't have any levels of fighter. She's got levels in Dracula.
And
Right,
mage.
that's right.
That
She's got levels in Dracula.
Yeah, she's a level 18
If
Dracula.
we get the jump on her, we can do her in a round. We can kill her real easy. So
She also has 10 henchmen with her.
yeah, but
That's
Just a
fine.
reminder.
they'll surrender when she falls.
Yeah. This is probably
Um,
fine.
in my head, Rock's like,
Ray,
no, I don't think that's how that works.
Rain, she says, I don't believe you.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
well then we're at an impasse. We'll be taking our leave then.
And she says, I don't think so.
Oh, well, okay. No,
Isabel
we
gives
won't-
her friends a quick rundown in the brain chat.
Okay. So that's okay. Are we fighting then? I ask.
It looks like we are.
No
You can't just-
alternative. Can't just
Go kill dwarves?
can't yeah, kill the
Yeah.
dwarves. Is that on the table still?
I've never killed a dwarf before, but I'm probably pretty good at it.
Sounds like they started it, so I don't feel bad.
Yep.
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, I don't want to fight. Like
Yeah. You think I want to die here?
So what you're saying is you will go kill the king of the dwarves.
Yes, he will.
yes, I will. Are there two dwarf? There's two dwarf leaders, right? I'm looking.
Yeah,
at our notes.
Jarrett and
Hema.
Hema.
Jarrett and Hema.
They are also vampires.
Yes.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah. we'll kill both of them.
Yeah. If Rain asks out loud, Rock will
Well,
answer.
I was asking James because she said Vampire King. Which
Oh.
I'm
Yeah, that's.
confused about.
I wanted to check with that before I
Yeah.
responded. Sorry, that should have been more clear. So yes, you have heard that there are two leaders of the dwarves and that they are vampires.
Is one of them known as the King? Do I know that
Yes,
much? Or...
Jariat is known as the leader
Okay.
of the.
All right. Then I won't.
Yeah.
I won't.
We absolutely do not want Eligre to find out that we just killed her ally, so let's go ahead and kill some dwarves.
Yeah.
But brain quotes.
Brain.
But the only thing Eligre wanted was like the new faction to be in the alliance. She didn't
Yeah.
say anything Think about the
Yeah,
door.
it's
Hey,
true.
this
Probably
sounds
fine.
like something we can table and focus on the other factions for now.
Yeah.
Because this one can really. This is the powder keg kind of one. So maybe let's just come
So
back.
since you're trying to sort of stay her violence, I need a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, cool. From anyone?
Not from me.
From me.
Sure. Not from me.
I think from Rain, probably, since you're the one who said it. But
Yeah.
I tried.
That makes sense.
Tried, Rain.
Also, I'm speaking in Hobgoblin to her.
oh,
Sure.
all right.
Goblin?
You already have advantage.
Wait a second, but that means none of us are understanding you.
I'm translating in brain. It is very
Oh.
confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
You can hear me like stumbling over words. Okay. I
That
remember-
explains why the deception didn't work.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
like, let's
in your
just say
brain,
yes.
it's
out loud.
goblinish in your brain.
Yeah.
So
Goblinish.
I
or
only roll,
goblinon.
I rolled
Goblinon.
a 14
Okay.
with advantage.
She puts her hand up to stay her minions and nods, and she says, okay, kill Jariat and I'll give you my key.
Okay. Cool.
I want you, though, for a bonus reward. And she comes over to you, Rain,
Oh.
Ugh.
gives you like a wink, and she's like, for a bonus reward, make sure he knows it was me who sent you.
For bonus reward. You got it. What is bonus reward?
Oh, I have many treasures, she says, and she like trails a finger down your chest.
Hmm.
Does she...
Maybe bonus reward you help us kill Zenkrown.
Yeah, can that be bonus reward? That's a pretty good
No,
bonus
it
reward.
can't.
Okay. Does
Nice
she
try.
give a tell and look in a direction when she mentions treasures by chance? Like at a possible...
Like at her cleavage? Because
That's where
it
I'm
kind of feels
looking.
like where she's
But,
going.
I don't... Okay, okay, you're right. I wasn't joking at that. It's a very Rain thing to do. But like, ooh, does she
She,
mean
like,
like a cool
gently
sword? Cool sword for Isabel, maybe?
Yeah, she like
Um,
gently traces your jugular vein.
If I see Rain like trying to discern which way she's looking, and it's not obvious that she's looking at her bosom, can Rock tell which way she's looking?
Yeah, so she's not looking at her bosom. Just want to throw that one out there. You notice, Rock, she is touching a pouch at her side when she is saying that, and it is a large, heavy pouch.
Sleight of hand check, steal the pouch, go, Rock, go!
Sorry, Hasbro.
No, it's not what Rock does. She in her head, in the Rary's telepathic bond, you hear her say, "What are we gonna use with a bunch of gold? That seems like a dumb bonus." Trying to
Rock,
save
you
the
can
world.
tell from the outline when you look a little closer that it looks like there's a book in there.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Like a tiny little book.
Torsten treasure.
He's got
Somebody's
Yeah,
diary.
probably like a novel-sized
Hmm.
book.
More
Okay.
spellbook sized.
Well, spellbooks come in all sizes.
Oh.
I mean, okay.
And she is a
that's not-
mage.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
wait, that's not like jiggling. That's like a book or something.
Hmm.
All in her head.
Cool.
It's probably a romance novel.
Hey.
It better be the
no
best
hating on
romance,
romance
novel.
novels.
Hey, listen. A little light reading before killing Zenkrown, why not?
Hey,
AdrianBassa.net.
it's an invite to her book club.
Listen, we really need to kill Zenkrown. I have to know what happens at the end of I almost came up with a dirty book name, but I don't even want to say it now. So I'm not gonna say it, because even saying bosom made James blush. So
I wanted it to be clear that while
Sorry,
she was
Hasbro.
being seductive, was not. I don't know. I don't
Not
know what
too
I'm
forward.
It doesn't.
Alright,
Bosoms
alright.
don't make me blush.
So
Yeah.
as Rain is being hit on, I will grab him by the collar and start pulling him away.
All right.
Rather
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah, it's a hardback copy of The Fault in Our Stars. Sorry. Okay,
oh,
back
I'm
to
green.
the
I like that one.
I need to know what this book title Lauren thought of was. But okay.
Later.
The Randy
Okay.
Back to the lobby.
So, do you want to make your way all the way back to the lobby? Is that your plan?
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
there's
so,
no.
yeah.
As we walk back, none of the rooms are empty by chance, are they? There's always people in them.
The
Yeah, there
two
was-
that you pass through to get here have people in them.
Okay.
And
think
I
all
would
of-
actually say when you walk, if you go back the way you came, you can see that those two bugbears are there and they speak in unison when you enter. And they open their eyes and their eyes still have that cloudy, milky whiteness in front of them. And they say, ask us any question.
Like right now?
If you wish.
And what happens? These are the questions
give
Rock
you
is
an answer.
asking.
Will we defeat Zancrown?
Oh, all right. So they,
Man. All right, Bran Stark. Let's hear it.
they
Explain
go
the
into
ending
a
of Lost.
meditation. And they say, if you are quick enough,
Can you define quick? I'm pretty fast.
there are other things at work trying to seal Zan Crown in.
Oh.
Oh.
How close is Targanoth to dropping a glacier on us? in days. In a range of days.
Well, I mean, the stuff that she needed was like all the stuff that we got. The only reason we got the dragon claw is just because of like dumb luck with the dragon.
Wait, do we only get one question? Wait, no, I'm not asking you guys that. Brain chat. Do you think we only get one question?
I mean, I think I asked a pretty good question if that's the case, but I can't speak.
I'll ask something. Tell us something that will help us defeat Zancrown.
One of them points at Isabel and
Oh.
says, this one is cursed.
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, this
Cursed.
one's what?
Cursed.
Cursed.
Cursed. Oh, that's fine.
I take a
doing
step
it.
away from Isabel.
Can I do an intelligence check to see if I can
Cool.
put 2 and 2 together?
Sure.
Isabel hates this.
I mean, when someone says that person's cursed, it's not like it's kind of like an impulse to kind of put.
Isabel looks
distance away.
genuinely offended when Rain like steps away. She doesn't know why, but she attributes a lot to him that's happened to her. So she's like, I don't know how, but I'm sure this is your fault anyway. So what's your problem?
I only rolled a 10. Do I
Maybe.
put 2 and 2 together about her curse?
No,
and her-
she's
okay.
probably got some sort of horrible magical curse.
Neat.
Okay. Well, Thorsten, you've removed curse. Can you do the remove curse thing on and not know what the curse is?
Is that why you're so short for a half orc?
My God.
I will just do a quick. I will just do a quick prayer to Eldath. To what's the spell?
Remove curse.
Restoration.
Oh.
If that does anything, that's all. That's about all I got.
Do you cast Lesser Restoration?
Yeah. It doesn't really do-
Isabel, the need to wash your hands fades away as
Oh,
Thorsten
sweet.
casts this.
I still make a show of like still cleaning my hands just so it's not like weird.
Do I notice she's making a show of it now?
Yes.
Okay. I will give Isabel a sly nod, and then I'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, no, she's no longer cursed, right?" I'm
They
asking
look at each
Thorsten.
other, they go back into a trance, and they say, correct.
Hey!
And they say, that's your 3 questions.
Oh,
Wait, you didn't answer the second question. Isabel's question about how close Targanoth is to
Oh,
dropping
man,
the
I thought of a
She
better question.
reneged that question,
I
right?
did
Wait.
renege it. Yeah.
What was our third question? I forget.
Your third
Uh,
question was, she's no longer cursed, right?
Although
Oh,
technically,
boo!
I did say
I had no
Boo,
idea.
if
James,
they decided
boo.
to answer it, then
Man, I had a really good question. Oh well.
Well,
It's fine. It was gonna be, is there any way to ensure that all 5 factions help us against
Oh.
Sandcraft?
that would have been good.
then the answer would have been no.
Thanks a lot, Rain.
What?
I just wanted to blame you for something. It's probably
Now,
your
have they,
fault.
are their eyes closed and they're like powered down like robots, or are they still
Yeah.
like standing there looking all?
So they're sitting next to this fireplace, and they are still, their eyes are closed, but you can tell that they are still aware of their surroundings.
There's a
and things. They're
secret
not
door
like
in this room?
There is no secret door. There is a door. So there's the door you entered through first time. There's the door to Legba's, and then there is another door you have not been through yet.
We probably don't want to just wander around without
No,
permission, right? Yeah.
no.
all
No,
right,
not
this is
in
fine.
our head. Rock will say, "No, not when we're already like on thin ice with this one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
asking for trouble.
Mhm.
All right.
There's a reason I
Love
haven't told you
exploring.
about where the secret door is yet."
Oh yeah. Okay, then
All right.
let's go back to
What
the
secret door?
lobby and get
The
ourselves.
one I'm not telling
You
you.
know what? Actually, I don't want to know.
No,
You
I
walk
didn't think you wanted to. That's why I didn't say anything.
You walk back into the room where the bugbear has made sort of quick work of these undead bugbears that are just laying on the floor now. They are alive, quote unquote, still animated, but they look like they have been through the ringer. And the icy bugbear doesn't look like anything has happened. Look like they just woke up from beauty sleep. And as you come in, she nods to you again, Rain.
I shoot her the finger guns. Pew, pew.
And
A world with guns.
The finger crossbows.
Yeah.
she says, in Goblinoid, you made a deal with Legba?
Something like that.
And she says, looking for a real challenge.
This is in Goblinoid.
Mhm.
Still?
She's made of ice.
Are you translating in
Yeah,
our heads?
yeah, I'm saying in Brainspeak. She says she wants me to beat her up real bad.
That seems like a real odd request. Why would
That's
she
not
ask
exactly
It's not exactly. Yeah, it's not exact words, but essentially that's what she's saying.
that? Well, tell her if she wants a real challenge, that she should come join us when we fight Zenkrown.
Okay, I say that.
I can't.
So what? You gotta wash your hair? What?
Can you do? Yeah.
Well,
don't say
it's
that.
not our-
I say why.
Not our purpose here. I have to do whatever I'm told with respect to that.
Is there like a bond between you and Legba, like a leader-follower bond?
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it.
What if you were the leader?
What if I was the leader? Oh, wait, no, you. What if you were the leader?
And she says, I guess I would be bound to do whatever the dungeon binds Legba to do.
Oh. Legba didn't mention that she's bound not to... Oh, no, she kind of did, but didn't say it.
Yeah, we were trying to
Yeah.
convince her, and she's like, "Oh, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
I can't
no,
do it.
magic thing."
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's Rock actually saying the magic thing.
And she says, so no fight?
Oh, I look at everyone else with puppy eyes. It'll be fast, I promise.
We are going off to kill like lots of dwarves right now. Ask her if she wants to come join us killing dwarves. Can she do that?
Do you want to help us fight the dwarves?
Oh, that's against the truce.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Should we kill the dwarves first or speak to the new
I
faction?
think we should...
first?
Yeah, I think,
Do
like I
faction
said,
it.
I don't want to do anything that Legba asks us to do until later.
Yeah.
Until we
should try and-
Maybe-
absolutely have.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe you can
exactly.
fight her next time we come through.
I say, my friends say I'm not allowed to. But,
Uh,
I promise.
And she looks at all of your friends and then in common says, do you always do what your friends
Oh
tell
my
you?
god! I ripped my shirt off. No!
Isabel just
We are-
holds the shirt shreds like,
we are on a time schedule. We are trying to save the world. We do not have time for fun fights. We only have time for fights.
I suspect this will be over in perhaps 1 minute.
Definitely.
I don't see this as a 10-round fight,
No.
honestly.
Are we doing this, Rain?
Not to the death.
And she says, no, of course not.
Okay.
Does she look disappointed when he says that, though?
No.
I don't
she-
want to take up.
that was
I don't want to take
what
up the
she was doing.
entire session with one. Can they do
Isabel
other
looks
stuff
a
while
little
I'm fighting
disappointed.
or whatever?
Sure, yeah, we can act in initiative on this.
Cool. Can we bounce back and forth?
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm just
let's-
gonna stand there, like arms crossed, like
Isabel's actually kind of
Maybe
into
my
it. She's like,
terrible
hell
dice
yeah.
roller. Okay.
Okay,
Are we
so
keeping old initiative or?
yeah, we'll keep the old initiative.
Okay, so it was 14.
So in that case, Torsten, we'll go first with Torsten, Rock, and Isabel. Where do you want to hang out for this fight? Where do you want to go?
Yeah, I'm
Isabel's
just gonna
definitely gonna watch this fight.
make a circle.
3
'Cause,
points.
like-
It's a triangle, probably, right?
On the one hand, Isabel does want to watch Rain fight like a frozen bugbear because it'd be cool. On the other hand, Isabel definitely wants to see a frozen bugbear kick the shit out of Rain. Like, yes, fight, fight, fight.
All right,
the-
Rain. Let's
are the
and Rock.
ghouls-
Sorry.
no, it's okay. Are the ghouls gone? that she
No,
was
they're
fighting?
there.
Okay, so it's not just okay. Then Rock's
Okay.
initial instinct was like, well, I'm gonna go lean against the secret door and I'm gonna check out the secret door. Oh no, wait, there's a lot of people here. Oh,
you
and
get
then
the feeling everybody's focused on this fight, Rock. You might be able to do so stealthily.
yeah, maybe, but she also is like, I already tried to avoid one bad situation, and now we're in another bad, and this is like a third bad situation.
No, this is great.
They're all
She's
bad
just
situations.
scowling, leaning up against
This
the
is
wall.
going astoundingly well.
She will intentionally ignore the secret door just out of spite.
I'm so
Okay.
excited.
Just that it's a spite ignoring of the secret door.
I'm spite
Um,
cheering.
Let me just see if Rock can hear anything coming from the secret
Fight,
door.
fight. What's behind it?
No, nothing. Okay. Oh boy. That's
What?
hilarious. I didn't realize that happened. Anyway, Rain, you get to go first.
Hooray! 29
A 29 is going to hit.
for 10 bludgeoning damage, magical.
Okay.
And here we go. Stunning strike.
Oh boy.
DC 18.
Okay. DC 18, and it's con, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, not
Good.
immune to it. Oh, that's a natural one.
Oh!
Toast.
Okay. So Rain, you boom stun, and like the contest is over. 'cause
Yeah, I
this is
walk away.
basically
Oh,
It's
Consciousness.
it's more shit. The 1-inch punch, Bruce Lee
Mhm.
style. Just
Oh, I see.
we're standing and I like slowly move my hand forward against her chest and boof. Just
it's
straight.
like the lotus palm.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and like just is standing there, and you're able to push her over. And that is the fight.
I'm so
there.
mad.
And all of the ghouls get up and they're like, "What? What?"
I wink at Isabel.
I hate it. I was gonna say, man, James, you know, what would be really funny is if you just used up all your auto fails to make Rain look silly in this fight. But that's fine. I guess Rain's gonna keep doing it.
That is true. If Josh Long had got me auto successes,
Oh yeah.
he bought me auto fails. So yes. So yeah, Rain, boom, one punch. It's the old 1-inch punch. Walk away. And everyone is freaking out. Do you look back, Rain, or do you just?
No, I
This
just
is cool guys don't look at
you know,
explosions.
nonchalantly put my shirt back on. And,
Okay.
You just-
gotta leave.
Yeah, there's like a fresh shirt just like laid out.
So everybody has advantage or inspiration after that.
He
So-
just takes off his aviators.
I don't want to be an asshole because I just so embarrass this person, but you know, whatever. She called me out first. So.
And an important thing to note is because of the display of strength that you have made, Rain, you now have advantage. All of you, this is all of you, have advantage on charisma checks made to influence members of the Goblinoid faction.
Oh, including Legba?
She is a member of the Goblinoid faction.
Oh, all right.
So
Advantage with my
You can
negative. two.
renegotiate.
Rock, you notice. So in this room, there are all manner of weapons on the walls. On your way out, you notice one of these weapons is a spear that has a gold head.
Has it got like anything carved into it or anything besides that it's just a gold head? That seems weird. That's not a metal you usually use in a weapon.
No, it's not. And when you get a closer look, you can see that this is probably some sort of ceremonial weapon. It's not actually meant to be used in combat. And you can see there's actually some pretty intricate carving around all of it.
Do I think this is the key?
No.
Oh. Oh, we were told the key was like in something else. Like it was something.
Yes, and that is correct. Yeah,
okay.
That's true. So yes, maybe you do think it's the key. Man, I said no too fast. But Rock knows. You're like, nah, this isn't the key.
Should I take it? Should I say I'm taking this as I walk out? I think I could probably get away with it.
Well, so this is all the other weapons look like practical weapons, and then there's this one gold tipped one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As we're getting ready to leave, she'll point and it'll be like, "Oh, it's very pretty. Why aren't the other ones as pretty as that one?"
And one of the ghouls will say, that's the ceremonial. I don't really use that one.
What kind of ceremonies do you have down here?
He laughs at that and says, we don't really have many these days. Well, and he points back at the ice bugbear that is getting up from the ground. She's holding her head, and he says, Brecac. She was in life. That was hers.
It's very pretty.
He nods.
I'm going to go back and help her up and shake her hand and say, good fight, good fight.
She says, yes, I clearly am out of shape fighting all these weaklings. Great fight. Maybe next time I'll get some swings in.
Yeah, it took me 18 years to learn that one, so no worries. You got time, I think.
No, she does not. We're going to kill Zancrown and then she'll be free. No, too late.
They all laugh. There's like a big laugh when you say it. Like studio audience style. That's a good one. That's good.
No, it's not a joke.
But it was funny.
No, it's not funny.
That's a cool spear that I guess you used to use. Bet you killed a lot of stuff with it.
She says, no, it's ceremonial.
I thought you just said it was hers before she was...
Yeah, but they said it was ceremonial.
Yeah, I used it in ceremonies.
Oh, okay.
Not in fighting things.
Oh, okay.
Kind of ceremonies.
What kind of ceremonies?
She says, mostly religious to Magoobliet.
Explain to my friends again who Magoobliet is.
And she says, she like rolls her eyes and she says, you know, the ruler of all goblins, Magoobliet the Great.
Yes.
Magoobliet is a deity, is the sort of like the Moradin of goblins.
Gotcha.
That helps.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's leave.
Okay, so you make your way back through the grave room. As you make your way back, a couple of hands stick out of the dirt and wave goodbye.
I high-five one.
Yeah, you high-five one. One does a complicated handshake with you. And you make your way back into the nexus here, where you have those 5 doors. You know, you've now been through 3 of them.
Okay.
So, and actually, technically 6, because Zancrown's cell is also here.
So,
what was on the other doors then?
So the 2 doors you have not gone through have a. So there was a star on one.
That was the elves one, or the. No,
that is correct.
Okay.
And the other one had a gold piece on it.
That's the other faction. Because it's
Dwarves.
the Starfell.
Dwarves.
Oh, dwarves. I'm sorry. You're right.
So what was the one we think the last one then. What is that?
So and then there's Sandcrown's prison.
Well,
So,
which one would be the new faction?
What is the new faction's logo?
That's the first door that you went through, and it is a snowflake.
I thought we went through the human door.
Yeah.
No. You went through the snowflake door, and then you found a secret door that connected.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
You came out of the human door.
Secrets.
gotcha.
Mhm.
What's
So
the human door
while we-
logo?
Oh, and actually, you have not technically gone through the
Yeah,
human door.
Yeah.
You
Right.
went back the way you came out the snowflake
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
So you've seen parts of the human hall, but
Yes.
you've never actually gone through that door.
Yeah.
The human door is a helm, which is the same helm that's on the badges you're wearing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, we didn't want to sneak in the back door of the new faction. We
We
thought it
could
was
do
better
that
to.
too because we found another secret door in the human section.
We could go to the new faction, or we could go see the elves.
Sure. The thing to remember is that Legba knew we knew exactly what we'd said to Eligri, so we just have to assume that everybody's going to hear everything, or at least Legba is going to hear everything that we do. So we need to not make any more promises, I guess, if we don't have to.
Well, the elves are neutral, right?
Yeah, stupid elves. They're
Taking
neutral.
no sides.
I think so, right? Or do they dislike the goblins too, James? I forget.
The elves had taken no sides.
Gotcha.
That is
All
correct.
right,
They
that's
have
right.
never
That's
really
right.
been
They're like
involved
Switzerland
in any of this stuff.
Mhm.
or Ireland during World War II. Yep, look it up.
Look it up.
So while we're sitting here kind
It's
of
true.
discussing a few things, I want to I'll ritually cast Raries again.
Okay, got it. So yeah, you are all reconnected then via the mind to each other.
Yeah, let's go talk to elves and their leader is named Venala.
Mm-hmm. Vanilla.
Yes, and she is a lich.
She's a lich.
She is indeed.
And liches aren't inherently evil, right?
Uh,
They just almost always are.
Usually.
Usually, the things you have to do to become a lich are pretty darn evil.
Mm.
Now, if she was just turned into a lich because
Ah.
of this place,
That's
maybe.
true. But we
But-
also don't know how evil any of the people were before they became.
That's true.
Yeah,
They,
Yeah.
so.
these are just people who are stuck here because of Zancrown crap, not necessarily because they're evil.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
The Legba seem pretty evil. But anyway.
Cool.
Yeah.
She just seemed to be enjoying blood.
And also wants to kill her BFF because she's
Yeah.
bored.
But when you come back in a month and your whole, it's like, but it's not really killing because in a month you'll be back.
Then why don't we want to do it?
Well, I don't want to do it because it's the wrong thing to do.
I don't really care, to be honest. I'm okay with
See?
it.
No, because it seems stupid. Why should we go through all these Rock thinks
They're,
it's plot machinations that are just distracting from killing Zancrown.
I mean,
so.
if
Right, but if it gets us what we want,
Yeah.
I don't care because they're all undead.
Wow.
Torsten's got a kill 'em
I think
all
this is
kind
like
of
the first
attitude.
time Torsten has said something where Isabel like physically turns and looks at him just like
I think we all do. We're all like,
Torsten wants
Did we
to
get another
actively kill
alignment-
things.
Another alignment change in this campaign?
they're not alive.
Okay. I mean, if I can solve a problem by punching and kicking things, I'm always down for that. So
I've never felt so close to you as a fellow enjoyer of killing things.
let's go see what the elves want. They're gonna want something too.
they're gonna
Yeah,
want
let's go
something.
see.
They're not, yeah.
I hope
Everybody
it's
wants
killing.
them.
So
Who knows?
yes,
Maybe one of them wants something, and that something is they want us to kill Zancrown.
Oh.
Mhm.
What's our
Probably.
answer to when they go, why do you think you're gonna kill Zancrown? Are we just sticking with because we're awesome? I like it, but everybody keeps asking us that. But then
Well-
no matter what we say, they laugh at us. It's kind of really frustrating. And
Should we up it and say that we're kick-ass or?
oh,
But
Yeah.
no, I like that. But
Yeah.
there isn't. We just are awesome. We kill things, and we are very good at saving worlds and lives and people. So that's why, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
Maybe we
I've never
should-
saved the world yet,
if
but
we kill a leader, we can be like, because we killed Eligri. So that's
Yeah.
proof. No, that's not strong.
Was that a random name that you pulled out, or are you still? thinking
Yeah, I'm
about-
just like whomever. We can kill Legba too. That's fine.
We've already killed a bunch of demons and devils and the Velok and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if not us, who?
All right.
Sure.
That is good. All right, let's go.
Ooh, do you want to check for traps?
I would like to check for traps on the door that we're going through.
Okay. You do not find any traps.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
I would like to do the standard Rock opening of doors, and where she opens it just enough to stick her head through and look into the other room.
Okay, Rock, make me a stealth roll.
Yeah.
I just imagine being on the other side of this door and just like seeing like a little bird beak go like.
All right. I have to double check. I think stealth is one of the ones in where I get my. Let's add your proficiency. Yes. Okay. So that's a 20, dirty 20.
Okay, great.
I had to use reliable talent on that one because I rolled not so good.
So, Rock, you open it just a crack, put your bird eye against it, and the first thing you get is like a wave of humidity as you open this door. It's been pretty dry underground. However, when you open this door, you can see that there are green vines covering the walls, and they create patterns. It's not just like, you know, full lush vine. It's vines, and the vines create like symbols to different elf gods. You would probably at least recognize Corellin Lorethian, who is sort of the Moradin of elves, if I can continue my Moradin of metaphors. You can also see that across from your door, there is one other door in this hall. And you can make out that occasionally there are some spectral-looking elves made of black shadow that appear and disappear in this hall.
So it looks like the first room in every one of these is like a fight or a test or something. So maybe we could talk our way through again? Or some other means of getting past them without fighting? I don't know.
Well, I'm assuming this is all going on in our heads.
Yeah,
so Rock
always.
like
Yeah,
stuck her head in and has relayed everything back to you.
It's
Yeah.
assuming that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to do that, we should probably not sneak in. We should probably knock.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a really good point, actually. We haven't even tried that. Okay.
Rock will close the door and then knock.
In our defense, we've only had one opportunity to knock, so
That's true.
because one of them was a secret door. So,
but yeah, she'll shave and a haircut.
You knock and nothing happens, Rock.
I don't think they
She'll
know.
open the door again and then go, "Hello, we're here to see
Vanilla.
These three spectral elves all turn to you, and one of them says, "Do not enter."
Oh.
But how are we supposed to talk to Vanilla?
Vanilla will not see you.
Well, not until we come on in. If we can't go in, then she can't see us.
I'm sorry, we're friends of Eligre. Does that help? Or
Should we show the badges? Maybe the badges will.
Make Isabel, you can go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I would super love to. Ooh. 24.
Holy moly. So you make that check and you hold up the badge and the wraiths all look at each other and then look back to you and they say, "Enter.
Hooray!
Touch nothing and follow us."
Oh, okay. We won't touch anything. And like Isabel like glances at Rain.
I give a who me look.
Just like, we won't touch anything. Because she can't depend on Rock to touch anything.
I know not.
Rock
to
is all business.
Yeah.
Isabel wants things touched. She has to look for the most rebellious person in the group.
Rock will not touch anything. And
so they lead you across the hall into another door. And here you can see that there are more vines, and this is like crazy lush vines growing from the ceiling, vines growing up the walls, vines growing on the floor. It's another long hall with a door at the end, but you can see that there are entangled in these vines. There are two dwarf-shaped creatures who appear to be formed of ice, just like that bugbear that you saw earlier. Everything about them, their clothes, their equipment, and you can see that they are entangled in these vines. And when you get closer, you notice that their mouths have jagged teeth and their hands end in claws. And you can see they also have tails that are caught up in these vines. And as you move by, they telepathically project into your minds.
Cool.
Please free us. Please.
Oh, neat. This
Do
is
we have any idea
nice.
what they are?
Yes, you know, Torsten, these are also devils.
Oh, well, they're probably fine.
I say, what did you guys do to get imprisoned like this? Holy moly.
Are you responding telepathically or verbally?
Telepathically.
Okay. They say nothing that we weren't ordered to do. Please, we've been here for thousands of years.
Who ordered you to do it?
Jariat.
I probably could have guessed that.
Oh, this is, I mean, then they're prisoners. It's fine.
What was it that he ordered you to do? I said quickly, as I assume we're moving into the next room.
Yeah, this is a telepathically walk and talk.
True.
And they say, attack the elves.
Oh. Maybe later, and then we can leave.
So you move in through the next room. This next room has two other doorways besides the one that you entered in. And you can see there are 4 enormous tapestries hanging from branches that grow out of each wall. They depict the war of the Duladaren Star Elves with demons and the journey of the Star Elves from the Feywild to the material plane to the Luna Valley. You can see that when they were first in the Feywild, they had this prosperous civilization that met its end at the hands of Zancrown, and then they lived peacefully in the Luna Valley for a millennium, thinking that they had successfully evaded him, and he followed them here eventually, found them, hunted them, and started to kill them all again. You can see that there are hundreds of these scenes that sort of depict what's going on. And there are 5 more black shadowy elves that are studying these tapestries as you come in.
Cool.
And she looks at you and leads you through one of the doors, this wraith. And this is a room that is once again covered in green vines. And you can see that there are a group of elves performing a ritual as Zancrown melts into the ground. And that is depicted in the vines. Like the vines are creating this picture in front of you. The demon's face is twisted in rage and pain, and an ornate gilded throne stands at the center of the room, atop which sits an undead elf. And she looks at you, her eyes are rotted away, and she only has red points of light in the sockets. And you know that she is dressed in some sort of crazy ancient finery. And you can see that there are 2 green-scaled elves covered in sharp barbs flanking either side of the throne. And they speak in unison when you enter and say, "Hold, intruders! What business have you here? Speak quickly or die at the feet of Venala."
Oh my
and you
God.
can see that the wraith has actually disappeared. Who led you?
We were escorted here by one of your minions. We are here to speak with you. We've already spoken with Eligri and Legba.
And she nods and she looks at your badges and she says, "I see that. What have you spoken to them about?"
We're here for Zancrown. Not to free him, but to destroy him.
Interesting. You want to destroy Zancrown. And you believe you have the strength sufficient to do so.
I
We do.
flex. Yeah, I flex. But not like just through my shirt. Like I'm not posing or anything.
You go,
Tell me what makes you so sure that you can defeat him?
Rock rolls her eyes.
We have survived all that has
A
come
legitimate question.
to our part of the world. We have destroyed all of his manifestations, and now we come here to stop them and to save the people of Tomarsh Crossing and the region.
Not to mention, we've been counseled by Fairy Eye the Wise and her druidic circle,
And we're awesome.
Good name drop.
and we are awesome.
Make a persuasion check. I would say this one falls on Torsten, who's doing most of the talking.
Oh, he's
You can
killing
do it with
me.
advantage. Your friends are aiding you.
I did it. I helped.
We're helping.
So 22.
Nice.
The
She
guns
nods and
helped.
She says, "That may be.
Huh?
So you need my key to enter,
Mhm.
as well as everyone else's key.
Indeed.
I'll tell you what. I will give you my key if you can get the other 4 keys. That would
Deal.
be
Fair
a
enough.
wonderful way to prove you're worthy, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
What an exceptionally diplomatic and neutral response.
She laughs and she says, "Not getting the same response from the other factions, I imagine."
No,
Yeah,
no, lots
something.
of assassination plots.
Do you have any advice on dealing with the other factions?
Besides assassination.
Make another persuasion check there.
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Woo!
Oh! Natural 20 means we're giving away another free PDF. Enter !Mayday in the chat to enter for your chance to win. We'll give it away at the end. And she will say to you, "I'd be careful where I wore that badge."
Hmm.
Like, probably not in the dwarf place.
Can we infer not in the dwarf place?
Also,
She
Rock will
says-
just say out loud, not.
Yeah, Isabel says that as out loud as well.
She looks at you all and snaps her fingers,
Ooh.
and one of the
Oh.
devils next to her produces a quill and ink and a notebook, and she
okay.
scrawls something into the notebook and holds it up, and it says, "Eligri can hear everything you're doing."
Oh,
Yeah, we kind of
Oh.
figured that.
No,
badges.
Didn't we?
I
Did we?
didn't.
Oh, I thought we totally figured when we were talking to the last person, Legbo, that we thought Eligri, because Legbo was like, "Oh, I know exactly why you're here and what you're doing," so we figured at least she knew.
I figured Legba could know, but I didn't realize the badges would probably. Mine
the
speak.
badges were
Mine speak. They're bugs. I didn't even think of that.
Right.
Wait,
yeah.
so that means Eligri knows that Legba wanted it. Oh.
We weren't wearing the badges when we went
Does.
to the
But
goblin.
they were in our packs. Or
Okay,
whatever.
I
yeah.
don't think that
Yeah.
matters.
I don't know if they're like, how do they activate? Who knows? Magic.
Yeah, magic.
I think it's best to assume that she knows.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
Oh, thank
She
God
also
we didn't
heard
say.
us saying
Wait.
we didn't want. She also
Goodness.
heard us saying we didn't want to kill her. because
Yeah.
it's dumb.
Yeah,
and that
we
wanted to be
did
her
it.
friend and we'd be much better. Yeah, so
Yeah, worked
it's
out.
not like her hearing us really mattered in that moment.
Okay.
We should go.
She did
talk
also
to
hear you
her.
agree to go kill the dwarf. The
I
head.
mean,
She also heard us like quickly pivot to a non-fighting kind
Yeah.
of thing. And I assume also heard me lie about saying that, yeah, we'll do it. Assuming she rolled well on her side.
Well, we also came outside and like sat outside for a moment and was like, we really don't want to do this. Let's go try to talk to the elves
Sure,
first.
but that was
Yeah.
all
That
in
was
your
all
head.
brain talk,
yeah.
It was
Or we could always go back and tattle to Eligri.
I am. So that's what I'm thinking. That would be tattle. And then Rock won't feel bad about murdering someone else because
Yeah. It's like, gee, say out loud. Gee, it sure is a good thing we lied about killing the dwarf.
there you go. There we go.
Rock's literally about to like out loud talk in a way that makes it obvious that she like. I think she was just about to say, "Well, does that really change anything? If she can hear us, who cares?" And then Isabel says that she goes, and then her head she goes, "Oh yeah, that's a good point."
Vanilla is just shaking her head at all of this. And she says, so
Can she read our minds? I don't know who can read our minds and who can't.
Well, I would think a lich of all the people.
I just assume everyone can.
Yeah.
She says, I will, like I said, you get my key when you get all the other keys.
Okay, look.
Will you also help us when we get all the other keys and actually like going after the Zen Crown?
Oh no, I'm afraid I can't do that.
Can you literally not? You can't do it because you are bound to not do it, or are you choosing not to help us fight Zen Crown? Just, we have a side bet going on.
If I set foot out in Zancrown's cell, I will die.
Okay.
Oh.
As in vaporized, will cease to exist.
What
Okay,
if,
That's way more reasonable.
Mhm.
Yeah, all the other people are like, nah, I don't feel
They're all
like.
like,
Yeah, I wish people would just be honest about their vulnerabilities.
Well, this is a dangerous place to be honest about your vulnerability.
Isabel says without a trace of irony.
Listen, if your one vulnerability is that if you step inside the cell, you die, and it's the cell with Zen Crown, that's a pretty hard vulnerability to take advantage of. So
It also feels like it's something that all of you share. So, right?
what?
Do all of you
We're
share
also
that?
pretty vulnerable to walking into that cell and getting vaporized
That's true.
too. So,
Yes, it's true.
Yes, that's my worry.
but
Okay,
we're awesome.
She's worried about us.
I have
She's
one more
worried.
question, and please don't be offended by this, but what would it take to let those dwarven prisoners go?
Her eyes kind of go wide at that. She says, "Oh, I've almost forgotten they were there. What
Because
would
that
it
probably can help us get the key from. Well, that doesn't matter. Never mind. I won't say that.
Whoop.
At least if it at least help us to go like see the dwarves, if we like
Yeah.
help free the two that are here and help them go.
Yeah, we could escort them back to their dwarven
Yeah.
faction. They could get us an audience in the court.
She thinks about it for a long time about what it would take for those dwarves to be freed. And she says, you see, when we caught those dwarves, we didn't kill them because they would simply be reabsorbed into the walls and yada
Mhm.
yada. You get the idea.
Mhm.
So this seemed like a better alternative. I think if you could get Jariat to promise to not send more dwarves to attack, I would free them.
Okay.
Is the promise necessary or is the result necessary?
Well,
Well, I suppose he already has promised with the truth.
And we're gonna go kill Zen Crown anyway, and you're not gonna have to worry about any of this.
Yeah, it'll be great.
She shakes her head at that, and everybody laughs.
Oh, cool.
And she says, if you can get Jariat's key, just Jariat's key, I'll free them.
Okay.
Seems fair.
Rock gives Isabel the side eye.
Isabel absolutely returns the side eye with like a smile. It's like,
And she says, that way I know I've found people Jariat can trust and he'll keep to his word.
Fair.
Cool. This has been a very fruitful meeting. We thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
And she says, I'll be here if you need me.
Do you have anywhere where we could just sort of sit down for an hour and just hang out, or?
And she says, yes, actually, that is something that you require. You are welcome to stay in the Hall of Memories or the library.
Library.
Ooh, library.
You came through the Hall of Memories on your way here.
oh,
and she
okay.
motions
Oh,
through
yeah.
the door that you
Oh,
came
okay.
out of.
Yeah, let's stay in the
Says the
library. That'll be
library is-
fantastic.
Library sounds good.
And she says, well then. And she motions to one of the barbed devils, and the barbed devil leads you through back into the Hall of Memory, through the door you have not entered yet, into the library. And you can see there are shelves of ancient books that reach all the way up to the ceiling in this room. And there's an enormous rolling ladder that helps people reach the shelves. Because remember, there's like 30 feet of all the way up to the ceiling. So there's a lot of books in here. You can see there are 8 elves with pure white skin and jet black hair that are perusing the shelves and reading books and that sort of thing. When you come in, the devil says, "Everybody out!" And the whites put back all of the books and leave. And the devil says, "If there's nothing else," and goes ahead and exits.
Thank you.
I feel a little bad that we made them leave.
Yeah, I feel a little bit too. Like they could have hung out.
Like,
I would, you know.
If
would've
I was
They
gonna
have-
say-
I mean, they've had
They
thousands
have
of years to find
eternity.
their books. Yeah.
Yeah, if they haven't read every single book in this library in thousands of years, then that's their fault.
That's true. They are the oldest faction too, so they've been here for quite a while.
I'd love to take a short rest and get back my superiority dice.
Sure, you can definitely take a short rest in here. Rock, you notice a secret door in
Oh.
here.
Is it one of those secret doors where if you pull on the book, the door opens?
That is exactly what it appears to be.
Ooh.
Rock
So,
just starts to laugh. She
It
doesn't
looks like
tell
there is a
anyone.
book. It's actually a yellow brick that is painted to look like a book on the bottom shelf.
Yep, she sees it and she just starts to laugh and she doesn't tell anybody.
Ooh.
There you go.
Nope, not telling anybody, not
Mhm.
saying anything, not in the head. She just starts to laugh.
What's
As
my
we
passive
rest, I will use
perception?
my arcane recovery to get back some spells.
Okay, go for it. I'm sorry, what was that, Rudy?
I'm checking with my passive perception's 15. Do I see it?
You do not.
Okay.
Rock's like, we gotta mainline this quest. This is getting ridiculous. All these side quests, people want us to go kill people. Every time I find a secret door, there's like death and dismemberment, and this person like actually likes us and seems reasonable. Nope.
While we're resting, I want to kind of peruse some of the books.
Okay. Yeah, make a you can either make an intelligence arcana check or an intelligence investigation check.
Definitely Arcana. I rolled a 4, so that's an 18.
Holy wow. Okay. We got a regular rock here when it comes to arcana.
Yeah.
Yes. So you find a book that is actually about the elf struggle with Zancrown. And while you are perusing it, you are able to surmise that Zancrown knows the power word kill spell.
Ooh. Do I know about the power word kill spell?
You do, yes.
All right.
Yeah. You learn that he is able to kill weakened or young creatures with just a word.
Not good for 2-year-old Rock over here.
I am not weakened yet.
I meant young. But
I'm
I'm
You
also an adult in my
when-
culture.
So, I think Rain and myself, and then Rock, will be the most susceptible to that.
Ooh, what are you saying? Isabel's old?
Then she might be a little tougher.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I am
Agreed.
capital T bolded
Yes.
tough.
Yeah.
FF,
With 2 F's
two
With
Fs.
two
as
Fs.
established.
But what
Uh,
about wind? Do we need to worry about wind?
Oh, yeah, but
That's
I'm
creatures,
sure
right?
he's
He's not a
probably
creature.
wind is probably lesser of a threat really than most of us. So I'm sure I don't know if he would use it on them.
If he
Isn't he
used
like
power
a-
word kill on the rug, I'd be very, very happy.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Well,
I love wind, but
well,
We'll
is
build
it
a
creatures
statue
or is
for
it
him,
just like?
So
Anything with
the
hip
the-
creature.
The rug counts as a creature, technically.
Creature,
He has
Okay.
a personality.
What level is the rug now?
yeah.
So the rug is 5 levels behind all of you. So it is a level
Whoa.
11.
Still a
Fight.
badass. but a
That's
badass.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes, but does he have over 100 hit points?
Yes.
okay, look.
Oh,
He does?
so he's actually
There's more health than me.
Yeah. I mean, he started with 33 hit points, so.
nice, nice.
Nice.
Uh,
Isabel and Wind just like high five for no reason.
That's amazing.
is there anything about the dwarves? I'm really interested in, just any other information about the dwarves.
So there isn't, and you get the feeling that because the elves were on scene before the dwarves were and then got wiped out of the Luna Valley, that's why. These are all books from before the elves were murdered.
Well,
Gotcha.
dang. Zancrown might have switched out his daily spells then.
I don't know.
He may
Power
have.
kill seems like the kind of thing you hold on. Like on permanent.
Yeah,
burn.
Lord knows, as soon as I get the option for plane shift, I keep it forever. Never get rid of counterspell. Keep
Nope.
it forever.
It's always there.
All right. So we take a short rest. Are we ready to get out of here? Go see the
Where are
dwarves.
we going next?
Yeah,
Dwarves?
Ready to spend some hit dice?
Do I-
I'm still
yeah.
maxed out.
I'm maxed out, yeah.
I'm not. I don't remember when I lost hit points, but I
Yeah.
So I'll
You
roll.
and I to those chain
The
devils.
Chain devils, yeah.
But-
Just me up.
Devils.
Yeah, I'm short like 4 hit points, so I was like, I'm not even gonna roll a hit die for that because why?
So insulting to those chain devils.
Well, I'm not chained to that devil. That devil was chained to me.
Oh, I see. I like it.
Kiki.
So even though we don't know much about the dwarves, I will spend some time talking about tales of dwarves that I know about, giving everyone 19 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you share some good dwarvy tales,
Yeah.
and everybody gets those temp HP.
How many hit points? I'm sorry.
19.
I immediately forgot if you told me.
All right. So now the plan is to go back into the Nexus.
Yep.
Okay. Just ignoring secret doors.
What secret doors?
It's true. Only Rock knows at this point.
Yeah. And the door might still be there when Zancrown is dead, so
Yeah,
That
we're
is true.
definitely looting everything here after we kill him.
I don't know if you've ever played Baldur's Gate on PC, but that's
Oh,
100%
yeah.
how I do it.
Every barrel gets searched. And
Like,
stuff gets taken from it.
the boss is dead. Let's go back. We're gonna bust every chest open. All
We're
these
gonna be
wardrobes.
so over-encumbered, but it's not gonna matter.
Yeah. Take as long as we want.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way back out. You see there is the dwarf door with the gold piece on it in front of you.
I would like to check for traps.
Okay. I bet you would.
Yeah.
Seems like the most likely one to be trapped too. They kind of seem like assholes.
Shall I? Here we go. And I do get it. This is the thing I get advantage on now that I've got the check for traps thing. Hold on. I just got this feature and now I've forgotten it already. Yes, I do. I have advantage.
Okay, so the door does not appear to be trapped.
You don't even want to know my number?
Yep.
like, okay. And is it locked?
No, it is not locked.
Hey, guess what?
Knock first.
She goes to open it. Shit. Okay. Shave and a haircut.
Okay. You knock, and there is no response.
Is there the sound of like a crossbow knocking or something on the other side?
There is not that either.
Okay.
She will open the door and she, hi, we're here to talk to Jariat and
Just
Hamey.
chariot.
Just Jariat. We're here to talk to Jariat.
Okay, so Rock, you notice a couple things. You open the door, you call out into it. You see the floor is covered in bones here. And there are also small alcoves every 5 feet on either side of the room. Each alcove has a small brass statue that depicts a different regal-looking dwarf. And you can also see that there is a bend in the hall here. So you don't see any other, well, actually, that's not true. You don't see any other obvious entrances or exits. You see these alcoves, this bend in the hall that heads off towards the south, and you do see a secret door.
Awesome. And no other people.
No other people. Yeah, your sound just echoes out throughout this hall.
Okay. I will add on as I give all this description of it's like, yeah, and the floor is covered with bones, and that doesn't seem healthy. Also, like undead.
You've seen a lot of people jumping out of the ground in these past
Jumping
couple
out of
rooms.
snow,
Yeah,
jumping out
out
of ground,
Yeah.
jumping out of bones. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
This would be in theme.
Rock,
Did it?
Hi.
do you tell them about the secret door?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I'm actually legitimately more worried about the bones, but no, not the secret door yet.
And there was no
Okay.
response when she called in about
No
Cheria.
response.
Okay.
But the hole goes out of my sight. I can't see if it like is at the end. So
Can Isabel see?
Yeah, can I peek down?
So the hall is lit.
Oh.
You can't see because it's a literal bend in the hall. So it's
Oh.
like there's a
Yeah.
physical space issue here. So yeah, you look down, the hall goes right, and then you can't see beyond that because you don't have X-ray vision,
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, we're gonna come in. No weapons drawn under the
You don't see
flag of
any
truce.
traps?
See,
Mm.
sorry.
Or
Should we
rock?
take?
what am I? I'm sorry. What?
you don't see any traps in there? Like
Do I
Isabel
notice
said,
any
these are
traps?
done by dwarves. Who knows what could be in here?
They're very inventive. It's not racist.
I would like to check for traps.
Sure, go ahead.
Isabel is very paranoid.
No, this is the place to be paranoid.
Right.
Oh,
That would be a natural 20.
Whoa!
Natural 20! Exclamation point Mayday here in the Don't Split the Podcast Network Twitch chat for a chance to win a free PDF. Now, you can...
Which does give me
see-
like a 35 perception. I don't know if that really matters, but that's
Sure.
yeah.
So, Rock, you do not see any sort of mechanical trap or anything here.
No glyphs on the wall, no string ready to pull a rake.
No,
into
no
the-
tripwires, no pressure plates,
a
no
very
ceiling
interesting-
crates full of scorpions.
Interesting way you
Um,
worded that there, James.
yeah. Are there like banana peels like on the
Yeah, there's Koopa shells flying around, and what you
a shoebox with a sandwich?
yeah, Rock, here's what I'll say. You can see a tiny bit, almost imperceptible to most people, but not
Huh?
Rock. A tiny bit of soot is on each statue.
Soot on the
Yes.
bronze statues, like fireball kind of things.
Like created ash created from fire, yes.
Okay. So, well, no traps, but that doesn't look good.
Well,
Do you
can you trace
wanna-
the source?
Throw a bone straight down the hallway. They might be like set off by movement in front of them, and then shoot a fireball. Who's our strong? Isabel, batter up or no?
I love how you
Best
didn't even
pitch.
finish that. Who's that strongest? You're just like, oh,
Sure, I'll take like. Is there like a large skull or something?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah,
There's
I'll
a small
toss
ground.
I'll toss a large skull.
It is indeed a large skull. When you pick it up, it's like a large creature's skull.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna just like toss it at eye level, like where I would be walking in front of the statues.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
Cool. Nothing seems to happen. Okay, that's fine.
is there a path through the bones, or is this just a ground littered with bones?
No, it's not totally bone. I guess there's a lot of bones on the ground, but you can see some floor in between the bones.
Is-
It's not like Scrooge McDuck bones, you know.
Okay.
like his-
Are there is there soot on the bones?
There is not.
Do you want me to just fly in there? I could just fly in there.
Remember actually, Isabel like starts that sentence and then thinks, maybe that's insensitive. Maybe I shouldn't bring up how she caught on fire in a tavern. I won't say anything.
Okay, because
but they're like mind locked, so you definitely hear that in your mind.
And if it makes you feel better, she'll be like, "No, that sucked. I didn't like that, and I wouldn't like this, but like, maybe this has to be something. Well, here we go." And she's just gonna fly in.
Okay.
So where do you fly, Rock?
So there's the stuff on the sides, and then the actual room angles. She's gonna fly straight down the middle until she can see around this corner and then back. So basically she's gonna do this, which Isabel just did with the skull, except come right back.
Okay, so Rock, you fly down the hall.
Yeah.
When you get to that bend in the hall, you look down, you can see there's a door at the end of the hall and more alcoves with little statues in them. As you get there, you hear the door that you came out of slam shut behind you, and that's where we'll stop.
I move to try and hold it open.
Auto fail.
There you go.
It's a no, but it's also a yes.
Someone had to go in the room. It might as well be the one who can dodge everything. So,
are we on the other side of the room?
You are. Yeah, you're on the other side of the door.
Cool.
So you're separated from Rock.
Less cool.
Door, which, as we know, doors are like the easiest things to get by in D&D. Doors are simple.
Yeah, especially you guys have a great rogue who could just pick the lock and let you in.
Yeah, exactly.
So so that's where we're gonna end. We'll find out what happens to Rock in next week's episode, which is
you'll meet your new character that you'll be finishing up with the game with.
Targanoth is back.
Oh.
Targanoth. But in the meantime, let us quickly go around the table, because if you are in our chat right now, that Don't Split the Podcast Network Twitch chat, if you enter !Mayday into the chat, you could win a free PDF. So while you're doing that, let's go around the table real quick, and then we'll do the drawing. Where can people find you, Lauren?
Hi, I'm Lauren. You might know me as Oba Crazy online. I am the community manager for D&D Beyond. I'm also the dungeon master for Dungeon Drunks, and I play Orkira in Heroes of the Veil, which is another character who's probably going to die this week. But hey, that's just my characters. It's been fun. You can find me on Twitter at Oba Crazy. If you're on Bainbridge Island this weekend, you can hear me play Rudder's Requiem, because that's also a thing I do. I'm not just named Oba Crazy, I actually play it. Also, if you come to the Descent, or if you're watching the Descent, or if you're descending in any way, shape, or form, you can see me on those two things we talked about. Also, just hanging out and having a good time. Come say hi.
Nice. That's excellent. Well, you should go check that out. And let us also see then. TK. Boom. Gotcha again.
You think you're funny, but you're not. I hate this and I hate you. No, that's not true. I don't, James. I could never hate you, I guess, or whatever. It's TK. And I write spooky stories on the internet. And if you like spooky stories, then you can read them at my website, tkjwrites.com. Or you can follow me on Twitter, TK Joins the Fray. I sometimes play in games. I don't play in as many games as I used to, but you can still find the word that I was thinking of that I can't think of now. Schedule.
You mean the Skeggy?
Skeggy. You can find that in my pinned tweet on Twitter. I will be at the Descent next week. We have tomorrow on the Tales from the Mists. Lisa, please, no, don't do that to me. On the Tales from the Mists,
going on in the chat right now, and I'm not looking.
Miss Tales D&D. We will have our schedule coming up tomorrow afternoon, so you can see that, and you can see where you can like watch us live, or come to our signing, or just see us walking around on the floor, and that'll be great. I look forward to it. Please don't touch me.
There you go. Important words. Robert, where can people find you?
Hey, I'm Robert Adducci. You can find me on Twitter at Radu76. It's RADDU76. I will not be at the Descent because I will be at Arches National Park doing some camping.
Fun.
But you can also find me at Bone, Stone, and Obsidian, a Dark Sun podcast. We just released episode 12, all about defiling magic. So come check that out if you want to learn about some Dark Sun.
Definitely. Defiling magic is a huge part of that setting, so I'm excited to listen to that one. And Rudy, where can people find you?
Hello, I am on Twitter at Rudy Basso. Also, check out Don'tSplitThePodcastNetwork.com for a ton of great RPG-related podcasts. Next Monday, we've been teasing this for a month and a half. We will be announcing a new podcast being added to the network. There was a slight delay, but hey, that happens. Also, this show is a podcast. It comes out every Wednesday-ish, so be sure to relive the magic with sound effects and less uhs and ums.
Ooh, I don't know what you're talking about.
On Thursday, I will be playing a Warhammer 40k video game with Shane from Total Party Thrill. You can listen to him go on and on and on about Warhammer lore, and me pretend to be interested because I really don't care about 40k. Sorry, it's too absurd. It's too ridiculous. But he knows a lot, and it's
What can we play?
That's awesome.
So we played Sanctus Reach last week, which is a turn-based strategy game, and we're going to be playing Dawn of War 2 this week.
Nice.
And I'm going to wreck him in it. So,
So yeah, fans of D&D V&G, this is basically that. But
I think
Warhammer.
Alex might be joining us too. My brother.
Yes. Oh, this is great news.
Mm.
I'm also at Don'tSplitThePodcastNetwork.com. I have a show called Tabletop Babble. People could check out where it's advice and interviews with GMs and players and game designers and stuff like that. It's really, really fun. I think most of these people have been on, and if they haven't, they should be soon. So yeah, so check that out. And also, I am over at worldbuilderblog.com, which you can check out, which has all my sort of game design stuff there. Not to mention this thing that we are playing through right now, the Demonplague, is a level 1 through 20 adventure that people can check out. It's available at roleplayingtips.com/Demonplague and on DriveThruRPG. Why don't we give away a free PDF copy of it right now?
Let's do it.
Boom. Here we go.
Kika.
Yes!
Hey.
Kika, you have won the giveaway.
Has a copy of the Demonplague already.
Yay!
Well, you know what, Kika? We'll give you a copy of something else.
Something else is coming your way.
Yeah, Kika, would you like a copy of the Adventure Atlas instead?
Ooh, that's new.
Ooh.
I don't know if you're still watching or not, Kika, but we will send that to you as well. And if you already have that, we'll figure out something else.
Getting a message, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So now we have 2 more natural 20s. Do we have enough people who entered?
Nope.
Okay. Well, Kika, thanks for entering.
Thank you, Kika. Oh, Lisa wants something too, I guess.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, Lisa,
I
we'll
think-
send you something as well. Lisa may
Mods-
not have the Demonplague.
Mods
in
are
which-
not allowed to enter
What?
giveaways.
That's fair. That's fair. Lisa, I'll send you a copy of the Demonplague anyway.
There you go.
Yeah,
Aw.
See
Lisa.
that picture of John 4 giving you a big old wink at the bottom of the email.
Everyone deserves to see that.
So, well, then, in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for supporting us through this 40-episode journey that we are getting close to the end of. And we will see you all next time. Don't let the demons bite.
Bye.